Right, different kind of game this week. There's only two of us, so let's just stick to what we know.
Talk about a different game.
Different game, the world game. Football. Let's talk about World Cup.
World Cup.
So I will warn you, for the next 10, 15 minutes, you are going to get unadulterated football World Cup content. So,
but we'll do you a favor and not make the whole episode World Cup like we did once. So if this doesn't tickle your fancy,
skip ahead a bit.
No, don't care. Listen still.
No, listen. But otherwise, yeah, you'll have the rare units coming on. So that's back to more usual content. We're going to start off with some apologies, which I know we don't like to do here at Critical Banter. You know, we don't like to be held accountable for things we've said. But I feel like we should, because we got slandered for it on TikTok. So a few weeks ago, we did our predictions, our winners, flops, dark horses, etc., etc. So we'll maybe just quickly go back over what we said and what actually happened. So for the winners, we said Brazil. But obviously, we are recording this. The group stage has just finished a couple of hours ago. So we are just before the round of 16. The Aussies will be playing tonight. So we said winners Brazil. They're still in it. So, I mean, not bad so far.
We're not off.
We're not off.
Could be right, could be wrong.
Could be right, could be wrong. We said dark horses. You said?
We'll go to you first.
All right.
You said Denmark.
Okay. I'm getting clowned a lot on
You said
TikTok
not
for
only
this.
Denmark, you said Denmark to the finals.
I did say Denmark to the finals.
And where did Denmark land?
Denmark to the finals, I'll admit, was a stretch. All right. Absolutely was a stretch. I got caught up in the hype. But Denmark to qualify at the very least was a great prediction. You know, if you look at their form, how they performed at the Euros, their strength. They don't have any superstar players. Their strength in unity.
It was a good logical statistical pick.
And it wasn't just me. There was a lot of people out there who were saying, you know, Denmark could do absolute magic at this World Cup.
Yeah.
So then they finished. Look, if you put the table in reverse, they finished first. But no, they finished last in their group.
They got beat by our boys.
They got beaten by the Aussies, which I love. Absolutely love to see that. But yeah, look, I still stand by my prediction at the start. I still think that they should have been dark horses.
They underperformed is what we're saying.
They underperformed massively. And I said they were going to go deep into this tournament. The only place they're going deep is into economy class on their Qatar Airways flight back to Copenhagen. All right?
Absolutely.
They've let themselves down. They've let their country down. And most importantly, they've let me down.
Absolutely.
So for that, I'm boycotting Lego. Fuck you, Denmark.
Is Lego Danish?
Yeah.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
Legoland's from Denmark. Fuck you, Denmark.
Anyway, so my dark horses, I had two, which is the key thing.
All right.
My first one was Senegal.
Which, great. But I think, from memory, I think I said at the time, they want dark horses. You know? Like, they were good. They were rated.
I rated pre-Mane.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But because of Mane getting injured, I went to Serbia.
Yes, I do remember that.
And my God, did that.
They're like our Danish brothers. They've
come last.
They came last. But I feel like they probably put up a better fight than the Danes did.
What are you talking about?
In an arguably harder group as well.
Yeah, they had Brazil came first in that group, Switzerland second.
Two decent teams, and
Cameroon.
Not bad as well.
Look, there's no bad teams.
There's no bad teams
except
in that. What?
Qatar.
Except for yes. Yeah.
I don't know how loudly I can say that one. But look, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. I thought Serbia had good enough players, but it is what it is.
So we apologize for those shit predictions. Top scorers, we had Harry Kane, I said. You said...
I said Vinicius Jr. So I did preface saying I was going to go bold.
You said you were going to go bold. You said you were going to go bold. I will give you that.
I didn't want to go an Mbappe.
No.
Kane, I'll say, was up there as one of my shouts. Neymar would have also been another one. That's, to me, was an obvious one.
Yeah. I mean, Mbappe was the big one that everyone was thinking.
Yeah, and Neymar got injured.
Neymar did get injured.
Mbappe's on like what, three?
3 goals.
3 goals. I think he's tied top scorer with like Rashford.
So it's Morata and Mbappe and Rashford and Iakpo and Valencia all on 3 goals. Sorry,
if you're saying with my chest anyone said Morata would be up there, you're a filthy, dirty liar.
I'm pretty sure I said on this podcast that Spain were going to flop, and because they had Morata up top, and he's the donkey as a striker. So, I mean, you know, who knows what we know. Bruno Fernandes has got 2. Fulkrug, the German one,
striker.
Off the bench, both the goals. Abubakar, what a legend. Abubakar scores the winner against Brazil, takes his shirt off, gets a second yellow, sent off. Legend. Havertz is a coward, comes on, scores 2 goals. Mate, you guys already, where was this when you needed it the other 2 games?
Exactly.
So yeah, again, way off there
Did
as
you
well.
see when Kai Havertz was holding his man of the match trophy?
He looks so
It's
sad.
so funny. They have the man of the match trophy, but they know they're eliminated, so they're just sad.
The man looks so depressed.
And then if you saw this morning, like the South Korea geezer, one, he's like fucking topless, like fucking cheering.
He's topless. He's wearing like the South Korean flag, mate. I love that from South
Vibes.
Korea. All right, next up, we also predicted flops for the tournament. We both said Belgium. There we go.
Who said we don't have ball knowledge? That's
TikTok,
ball
there you go.
knowledge.
Shove that up your ass. We knew that beautifully.
Kevin De Bruyne,
Flop
Lukaku,
City.
Hazard. Fuck off. My dad made a good point, but when he was watching the Belgium game, he's a Tottenham supporter, and he's like, he hasn't seen Vertonghen and Alderweireld in like 5 years. Why are they still playing in the fucking World Cup?
I mean, it's basically what we said. Like, if you look at that team, it was the same team as the 2018 team. It was the same team as the 2014 team. They're all, I think their average age was like 30 or 31. And apparently they all hate each other from the reports that are coming from the dressing room. So
it's funny because if you also look at like you can look at like 10 top capped players.
Yeah.
Like 8 of them start for Belgium.
Exactly.
So that tells you how washed they are.
Like, it's their golden generation, but the problem is there's no one coming up through it. And Roberto Martinez, their manager, literally stepped down a couple of hours after they lost.
He's such
cowardly.
Such an idiot, bro. Who put the Wigan manager as fucking...
Yeah. We didn't go fully into flops with this, but we did say that France wouldn't do as well.
Let's list them off. We said France wouldn't do well.
Yep.
We said Spain wouldn't do well.
Okay. Well, France, I will argue, they didn't look that good against Denmark, and they did lose to Tunisia, and I know they played their C team.
Bro, Chouameni was left back.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Camavinga was like right winger.
Okay, fine. But I still don't think they've played a proper team yet. Like, let's be honest.
They did play a proper team, and they beat them 4-1.
4-1, that's true. But we'll see. We'll see. The jury's still out on France, in my opinion.
And our last prediction from there was the boys.
The boys.
Australia.
And I jokingly said, we're going to win the World Cup. So in that regard, doing well. But then my actual answer was, and you know, I got to hand in my citizenship now, I feel. But I said they would get out in the group stage. I thought we were going to come third, I believe is what I said.
Let me tell you what I've written in my notes, Annie. Australia, I said, round of 16 will beat Denmark.
Good. Very good.
Ball knowledge.
Ball knowledge. I'll give you that. That was a great prediction. And the boys have actually done so well.
Exactly.
Like, exceeded all expectations. And, you know, the cliche that they keep saying that Graham Arnold and all the players have just kept saying is, you know, we're playing the Aussie way. It's all about grit, determination, you know, just digging in, the Aussie battler style. So that's why we have, if you look at our possession in the last 3 games, like 30%, 20%, 30%. Like, it's not great to watch, but fuck, it's good, isn't it? All right, and now we'll move on to predictions of the round of 16. So the first game, Manny, is...
The first game we have, and I've just realized this episode will be out after these games.
Yeah. So this is, you know, this is how you know if there's, you know what, we're going to actually sit here and we're going to record every single possibility. We'll be like, all right, so Netherlands wins. And then a couple minutes later, all right, USA wins. And then Kush will just edit which one is correct. No. So we are recording this the night
day before the very first game.
Yeah.
So no games.
So none of the games have
yet.
happened.
By the time you see this episode, all of them will have been played.
So you can, out of 8 games, you can see how either well we've done or badly we've done.
So first game, Netherlands, USA.
Netherlands, they looked strong defensively. Goal scoring, they've been relying on
Cody Gakpo.
Yeah, and he's playing well, but yeah, some of their games are a bit grim to watch, I'm not going to lie. But like...
It's the Louis van Gaal way.
It is. It's good, it's good tournament football. It's good knockout football.
Last time when Louis van Gaal was coach, they got to what, semi-finals, was it?
But then that was a much better team they had.
Flying Dutchman.
You had Robin van Persie up top.
Robin van Persie, Ian Robin, 7 defenders.
Exactly. And they don't have anyone of that kind of quality anymore. But
Memphis Depay, Cody Gakpo and Weghorst, you don't...
You know, they get the job done. But... And look, again, USA are... I actually thought... Coming into this, I hadn't seen much of the USA, but I've been hearing about how they've improved. Like, they didn't even make the last World Cup, right? And I've been hering about how they've been steadily improving. They've got like a couple players in the Premier League.
A couple Leeds players.
Dude, they're actually not
plays
bad.
At Juventus.
I watched that the England-USA game last week, and USA were actually pretty decent. Like, I thought England were actually a bit off the pace on that game. So,
but the question is Christian Pulisic going to play?
Yeah, if listeners didn't see this, he injured his dick after scoring the winner against Iran the other day. So hopefully he's
little Christian going to be back.
Who knows? I think it'll be a real cagey, low scoring kind of game. I think maybe 1 or 2-0.
We'll give score predictions. You have to lock in a score prediction.
I'll say maybe maybe 2-0 to Netherlands.
I was going to say 2-0 Netherlands as well. I think low scoring.
I don't see Netherlands conceding. And now that I've said that, watch them concede like 4 or something. But they have a very solid defense.
And I can't see Netherlands bagging a lot of goals.
No, neither can I.
But I think just the quality will see them through on that one. So we're saying 2-0. You and I are saying 2-0 Netherlands, you say.
Maybe we'll skip the next one. We'll go to the other ones and we'll leave that one for last.
We'll save it till the end.
We'll tease
you a little. In the next bracket, Japan, Croatia.
Wow, what a game.
This is
a game.
Tough one to decide.
Who did
Japan lose to? Costa Rica.
But they played. So Japan in their group, they were in the group of death is what they called it. Spain, Germany, Costa Rica. First game, they beat Germany. They were down 1-0, came back 1-2-1. Second game, for some reason, their manager rested half their players. They played a weakened team. They lost 1-0 to Costa Rica.
Did they play a weakened team?
They played a weakened team, which is madness because if they had just won that game, they would have qualified.
Yeah, wouldn't have to worry about that.
It was a must-win game against Spain. Came out 1-0 down, two goals in the second half. The second one bit sus. Ball was in.
It's a sphere.
But
the ball was in.
I love seeing the conspiracies come out, the anti-German conspiracy, blah, blah, blah. But ball was in. They won 2-1.
I love the Yadars coming out, the idiots coming out saying, bro, the base of the ball was out.
I love it. So Japan played beautifully. Beat the 2 strongest teams and lost to the weakest one. So they're a real Jekyll and Hyde. I think... And Croatia, I don't know. They weren't that convincing to me either in the group stages. I mean, this Croatia group was a bit how you going, to be honest. It was the one group where I didn't really... care in general about that group.
Yeah, so a nothing group.
They drew with Morocco, Morocco's a great team, but I watched that game. It was a fucking grim game. Like nothing happened in 90 minutes. Then they absolutely smacked Canada. Canada went up 1-0, I'm pretty sure. And then
when Fonzie scored, there's scenes.
And then Croatia just got really angry and then smacked them 4-1. And then they drew 0-0 with Belgium. So I mean,
You can't even beat Belgium.
They can't beat Belgium. They didn't beat Morocco. So I mean, they're in pretty grim form. So
we're saying a full strength Japan team does the business.
I don't know this Croatian team, man. They made the final of the World.
You know what? This was actually one of my predictions a while ago. I said I still back Croatia. Croatia will make it far in the group.
I don't know. This is a tough one. Do you go on form or do you go on experience in class?
My head says Croatia. My heart says Japan.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. I would love to see Japan. And let's put it out there. All the Asian teams.
Any of the Asian teams.
I'm backing all the Asian teams. I'm supporting 3 teams in the round of 16.
The big AFC.
The big AFC. They've done beautifully here. I think it's the first time they've ever had 3 teams in the round of 16. So beautiful. You love to see that for the region. Okay, I'll say... Look, Japan have somehow come back from 1-0 down twice. I reckon they'll do it again. I reckon 2-1 Japan, in my opinion. But I reckon, I don't know. Who knows?
I'm going to go, all these picks, I'm going to go with my heart. Japan 1-0.
Japan 1-0. All right.
Next one we have, might not be so difficult. Brazil, South Korea. South Korea are going to get slapped silly. I don't care. They've been so unconvincing this whole tournament.
But the scenes this morning.
Yeah, but that's because there's some magic in the last round of the World Cup group.
Yeah.
There's always magic.
And there's always the danger of, when you're coming into the last game. So South Korea came into the last game. They were playing Portugal, who had already qualified, but South Korea needed to win to go through. And there's always the danger of when you have a massive must-win game, it's basically your final. You get up for it, you get so hyped, you leave it out and they scored literally in the last minute to win, to qualify for the round of 16. So there's always a danger that you've spent all your energy and your emotion into this game and then you're going to come in flat against a Brazil who as well had qualified. So in their last game, they lost to Cameroon, as we said earlier. Sorry, they lost to, was Cameroon? Yeah, it's Cameroon as they lost earlier. But they played a weakened team as well.
That's what I'm saying. You can't take these miracle games in the last.
Exactly.
Because it's so unfair. France as well. Chouameni left back.
Yeah.
Camavinga right wing.
And so Brazil and France as well, they're going to be fully rested. And South Korea, they're going to have to get up. They're going to have to get amped up again for a second game within 3 days against a well-rested, Neymar.
Full strength.
Gabriel Jesus, Richarlison.
All them lot.
So I agree. I don't think they'll get slapped silly. I think, I think and Brazil have only scored 3 goals.
Has been very unconvincing.
Yeah, but he's obviously got those injury
concerns. He's injured, but that's why.
Yeah. I think I'll say Brazil. I'll say Brazil 1-0.
Brazil 3-0.
Really? Okay.
I just don't think they have it in them, to be completely honest with you. Next one, France, Poland. I think this is another
Poland are going to get
slap silly.
Dude, Poland are horrendous. How they've even... I would rather see Saudi Arabia or Mexico have qualified over...
How did they get it through? I don't
Dude, they
even
play
know.
some of the worst. I think they call it football terrorism. It's disgusting
It's
football they
Lewandowski
play.
and Inshallah.
It's Lewandowski and Szczesny out the back saving him. Szczesny's been their best player. And if your goalkeeper's been your best player, it's grim. It's so grim.
I'm a Manchester United fan. It's been grim for years.
So, yeah, not convinced by Poland. But like I said as well, France as well, I don't think they've played a good team and they still won't be playing a good team. I think they'll
full strength, they have to turn it up. They will turn it up. It'll be...
I would say France 3. Let's give... we'll say maybe Lewandowski will get another goal. Well, I'll say 3-1 France.
4-1 France.
Yeah,
with
I think
that
comfortable
goal.
France win.
Next one. England, Senegal.
This could actually be an interesting game.
Is it coming home?
Well, it depends on how Southgate, sets the team up. How
That's the thing. It's literally all in England's hands. It's just what they want to do with it. Do they want to set up 5 at the back, 2 CDMs and fucking Kane and Sterling up front? Do they want to do that? Or they want to be bold?
It's like if the US went to war, but instead of taking their drones and their rail guns and all that, they just went with like little pistols or like the old bayonets from back in the day. Like England have all these weapons, but they just don't use them properly.
Yeah.
Like Phil Foden just sits on the bench, who's arguably probably their best midfielder.
Yeah.
Like you said, he plays 2 CDMs. Some of the just again football terrorism.
Football terrorism decisions.
And they're very, very reliant on Harry Kane.
Against USA, they needed a goal. They took off Bellingham for Jordan Henderson.
Yeah,
I mean, what are you doing here? You have Jack Grealish, you have Foden, you have all these players on the bench.
Like all these creative players, but you're getting them to play in like the most, boring way possible. Like it's safety first with England, but that is like that's how they've been getting through these tournaments, right? Like they've managed to turn it around because they're very like solid at the back. Like Harry Maguire's having a great tournament.
Yeah.
If only he could bring that form across to United. But like it's the safety of having the 2 centre backs next to him, having
To be fair, he's been playing well at 4 at the back this tournament.
I thought they moved to a 3 at the back.
They've been playing 4 this whole time. Every single time. It's been 4. First game, game Trippier, Shaw. Second game,
didn't Walker play the last game?
And the final game was Shaw, Walker.
And then Stones,
Maguire,
right.
I think.
I thought they'd been playing 3 at the back. No, because Trent started the last game.
Yeah,
and it was Walker and Trent, I'm pretty sure.
I think it was I don't know, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I think England's quality will take them through.
It won't be good football. It'll just be individual brilliance that gets them through.
Yeah.
But that's not like discount Senegal. They got a strong team as well. But I would say it's like England are pretty strong. I would say 1-0 England or like a 2-1 England.
I was picking either one of those. Do I back a clean sheet?
Actually, I don't think... No, Senegal's attack is a bit how you go. I would say 1-0 England.
Yeah, I'll go 1-0 England as well. Morocco, Spain. I've got the Spain
You got the Spanish one on?
I've got the FIFA 2010 World Cup badge on. Morocco will... Nah.
Thing is, I haven't
Spain
watched...
have become a tidy little team.
They have. They've been very solid.
But they lost to Japan.
But that's because like
They drew to Germany.
They did.
Who are out.
And then they absolutely smacked
Costa Rica
So
7.
they've only had one good performance maybe. No, they played pretty well against Germany, to be honest.
Yeah, Germany's it's a card game to...
But I'll admit, I haven't seen much of Morocco, so I can't really comment much on them. But I would assume, surely...
the last game was Morocco-Belgium, right?
No, it was Croatia-Belgium.
Whatever. I watched Morocco play against Belgium.
Canada. Oh, no, sorry. You watched
the game before.
Yeah.
Morocco are a tidy team. But I don't know if that's because Belgium are
they just one of those ones with like just very solid defensively, just, they know their roles.
No, but they've got quality players.
They got like Hakimi, Ziyech,
Mazraoui.
I thought he got injured, Mazraoui.
I think he got a little injured, but they've just got quality players.
They got a good little,
Like they have Boufal, who used to play for Southampton. I don't know where he plays now. They got their striker plays in La Liga. I know that for a fact.
Yes, I've packed him a few times in Ultimate Team.
They got
You're right. Yeah, so they have quality.
Got Saiss, the guy that used to play for Wolves.
The defender.
Yeah. So they've got quality players over the pitch, and like Hakim Ziyech is like a
big player from them.
Catalyst.
Yeah. But are they good enough to beat Spain? And I feel like Luis Enrique is a very good manager, and I feel like he'll set them up in a way that, I don't know, it's just, can they score against Spain? Like Spain's got a pretty good defense.
Am I sold by Spain's defense?
I am so far.
Shot stopper, not great.
Not great. Yeah, the keeper's not great.
If only they had a keeper, that they didn't call up. That's a great shot.
But he's never performed for Spain though.
Because he can't use his feet. But that's besides the point.
I would say a Spain again, like a real, like jarring kind of 1-0 kind of like low scoring game is what I would say.
I don't know why I've worn a Spain jersey today.
You're saying Morocco?
I'm going to say Morocco's going to win 1-0.
All right,
I'm going bold there.
Going bold.
Second last one, Portugal, Switzerland. Portugal, again, so unconvincing, bro.
Yeah, but Switzerland are not great either.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That it's like a...
I'm not going to lie, the last few games in these, like the England game, the Spain game, and the Portugal game are pretty grim. No, not grim, but like I think
when the round of 16 is still, there's heavy favourites in most fixtures.
Exactly.
I think when we get to the quarterfinals, that's when it's difficult.
But then this World Cup, this group stage has always been about. This one in particular has been about the upsets, the underdogs. So I don't know. Maybe we could be wrong, to be honest with some of us. South Korea could turn it up and smack. Maybe not smack, but they could do an upset.
Yeah, USA could be Netherlands, that sort of thing.
I'll say Portugal, Switzerland. Portugal have looked good though.
Have they?
I thought they've looked against Ghana. They had some good attacking movements.
Yeah, but they got a geriatric up front, bro.
That is true.
Kind of useless.
You know what? I also realized we haven't predicted any draws yet. So for this one, I'm going to say 1-1 and then Portugal on penalties.
It's going to pens.
I
just think I want to predict Portugal not to go through because I'm just so unconvinced. But it's Switzerland.
Yeah.
What is Granit Xhaka and Shaqiri going to do?
To be fair, Xhaka's been playing well. Doesn't mean anything to you?
Yes, and?
Okay, all right.
Portugal 2-0.
All right.
The
big one.
Last game we are going to predict today. We're going to go back to the bracket. Argentina versus Australia. Argentina versus Australia. What are we saying is going to happen in that game?
I mean, firstly, massive to even reach the round of 16. Like, I feel like the general Australian person doesn't understand how big of a achievement this actually is. Like,
because when you start to hear stats of like first clean sheet since
and then first time to win 2 wins in the group, only the second time we've made the round of 16 in our history.
Because I think there's a lot of recency bias when it comes to the Socceroos. It turns like we did well in the Asian Cup. We did well in the Asian Cup. Pre-Graham Arnold, we just steamroll qualifiers. Asian teams,
but then
whatever.
We've been stinging it up in the group stage the last few times.
But then we can also blame that to like our groups, right? Our groups have been
pretty good, grim,
bro.
But I think like this is a massive achievement. So no matter whatever happens, I think the boys have done so well, and like we've exceeded expectations.
Absolutely, beating Denmark.
Yeah, that was huge.
I predicted, but that was an off-center fucking shout.
And I was listening to a podcast, like a football podcast the other day, and they're like, Australia will be the weakest team in the round of 16. And I'm like...
When I scrolled on TikTok the morning after Australia-Denmark, everything, it was all compilation of Goldbridge saying they're going to come last.
Like I've seen everyone flaming them.
saying they're last.
Beautiful.
And then you see Lecky strike, bottom corner, scenes.
But, even if you're the weakest team in the round of 16, you're still, the 16th best team in the world,
That is true. We've reached the top 16. You know what else I've seen? Spanian. Have you seen Spanian?
Oh, dude, he's been getting around the boys. He's been like amping, and he's also been doing the thing like people don't understand how big an achievement this actually is.
He's been backing the boys despite all the hubbub.
And I love it. I love Spanian.
You see the Socceroos gave him.
They gave him a jersey number 11.
It says Spanian on it. Oh my god, that's unreal.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be unreal. Like, you're going to have the greatest player. I mean, in my opinion, the greatest player of all time on the pitch.
Yeah.
And Lionel Messi will be sharing it with him. Yeah, like it'll be.
It's an honor to be marked by Big Harry Suter. I agree.
I was going to go with Mitch Duke, but yeah.
You know what I love? One of our mates were watching the Australia-Tunisia game, and he was just so shocked how lengthy like Harry Suter was, bro.
He was like 6'7" or something.
Fucking big, and how much of a unit he was, bro. Every like tackle is, oh my god, he's so fucking huge.
Look, I don't think...
But Argentina, let's talk about Argentina for a tiny bit.
I'm not convinced with Argentina, bro.
Who like Lautaro, Martinez,
I think I've watched
Messi.
I pretty much watched all 3 of their group games. Saudi Arabia, they were... Actually, that first half, they like, if he stayed on side, they could have won like 4-0 or whatever.
Wasn't one of them he was actually onside? Lautaro's
No, I think by a technicality, he was actually offside. But like, they looked all right there. Then against Mexico, for the first half, they were pretty bad. And then... They managed to score 1, and then like there was a bit of pressure off, and then they were able to get a second one.
Yeah.
And then against Poland, I think they actually look kind of decent against Poland.
That one where Messi scored?
Messi scored, yeah. But I just overall, they're not playing to like what everyone thought Argentina could play to.
Because I was not convinced by Portugal, and I was not convinced by Argentina, because everyone's whole thing is like Ronaldo, Messi will carry them.
But it is true that Argentina are so reliant on Messi.
Argentina, exactly, but that's been how it is for the past decade or so.
Yeah,
They've been reliant on Messi,
just his individual
who was in
brilliance.
his prime.
Yeah.
Now I just
Old man Messi.
he has moments, but I just don't think he has it to carry a whole team, especially round of 16 World Cup.
Yeah.
That is a big ask.
And it's going to be hard for him. Like, he's going to come up against, like, Australia are a pretty physical team. Like you said, Harry Suter is, like, literally double his size.
It's like when we played football the other day, the other team, their best two players were like small, like technical players, and Senegal, bro, just put something in them, and they just don't like it.
Like, yeah, that thing is right. We don't have to outplay Argentina, right? We just have to put them off enough, and then like we've been doing the last few games, just sitting back, solid defense, and just looking to hit them on a counter. And all it takes is one goal.
It's like when you like in basketball, for example, you play a LeBron James team, right? You just force someone else to beat you.
Yeah.
So nullify Messi,
get the ball out of his feet or hands.
And
or
by God, if fucking Lisandro Martinez scores the winning goal, like so be it, whatever. Like, but you have to nullify the biggest threat.
Yeah, exactly. You got to shut down Messi.
And historically, Messi has been able to like, whatever the defense has been, he's been able to like.
Oh yeah, I mean,
go through it.
The GOAT.
And it's the big question mark is, has he shown it this World Cup? They've gone what? They went 36 whatever games unbeaten.
Yeah,
but when the lights are brightest, can they pull it out?
Well, I mean, he did score that very nice goal against Mexico, which finally broke the.
Well, where was that against Saudi Arabia, for example?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like I said, on another day they could have scored 3 or 4.
Is Argentina going to win the World Cup on Messi moments?
Well, yeah, no, you can't win a tournament based on one player.
Exactly.
But I don't know. In my opinion, I think we should do what other teams have been doing to Neymar and just fucking foul the shit out of Messi. Just literally, everyone just take a turn to like fucking get in there and just studs up on his like ankle or whatever. It's a very aggressive way of playing. Look, I don't think we're going to get battered by them. Like, it's not going to be a 4-1 France, in my opinion. I think Argentina haven't showed that, and I think the last few games have really given us a lot of confidence in our defense and in our like organizational play, so that we're going to be solid at the back. I think it honestly might come down to like a moment of brilliance from Messi. And Messi, I mean, Argentina as well have gotten a lot of penalties. So that's a lot of things. Another thing we need to like.
We're a bit ropey in the box.
Let's not.
Big Harry Sutar's.
He loves to go down.
It scares me a little.
He loves to slide. So
it's the one Bissaka mentality. You let them get the ball, then you fucking tackle them.
So I think if we can keep them out of our box, let them ping from outside the box for all they want. I back Matty Ryan, right? He's a great shot stopper. But I think.
Yeah, but the quality of Di Maria, Messi.
Yeah.
It's not the same as whoever we were playing before.
But something I've seen like Graham Arnold do, apparently like when they're doing like the analysis, like the pre-game going in, apparently he doesn't include the team name, he doesn't include any of the player names, he just has like the numbers. And he's like, when you're like, all right, so you're, Aziz Bayic, your left back, you're defending against the right wing, number 10 here, but he won't put a name. He would just be like, all right, so when number 10 comes here, you do this. If he goes infield, you track him, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't use any of the names. He wants to remove. Obviously, it's a bit hard with Argentina, Messi, like literally.
Yeah, the stardom factor.
But his whole big thing is like, these guys are just players. Like you've played footy your entire life.
It's just a football match.
It's just a game.
You're not versing God.
Yeah, exactly. You're not playing, the legend that is Messi. You're playing just a game.
You're playing a number 10 playmaker.
So I don't think we're going to be like starstruck or like respectful or whatever. Like we're going to be there to win.
That being said, that's all well and good until it gets to Lionel Messi. It's Lionel Messi. It's not like fucking Griezmann, right? He's a good player, but it's not God level. It's Lionel Messi, my friend. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
I know.
A lot of these players.
That's why I'm saying, in my opinion, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and I think we'll go out in pens. Is what I'm saying.
What I will say is, it will be an honor for Matt Ryan to share the field on Messi's last World Cup match.
Yeah.
1-1 and we win on penalties, my friend.
It'll be Andrew Redmayne who gets in. I'm pretty sure if we go
It'll be an honor for Andrew Redmayne to save Lionel Messi's last World Cup penalty.
We'll see.
It'll be an honor.
It would be.